Donald Trump doesn't know what the Constitution says. Recent interviews Donald Trump has been having recently about what he likes about the Constitution, what parts of the Constitution does he, enjoy. And I'm paraphrasing, and he doesn't know the Constitution. Now, this doesn't surprise me. It shouldn't surprise anyone because MAGA doesn't know the Constitution. Oh, they love the Constitution. They constantly talk about the Constitution. Jason, the Constitution protects my rights to bear arms. Now, I don't know about the other amendments, but my favorite amendment, because I'm MAGA, is the Second Amendment. Oh, I like the First Amendment too, but I really like that Second Amendment. I like the way a warm gun feels in my hand. I like the way it makes me feel powerful in a society where I have no power. I would prefer to have guns, the right to bear arms, than have any sort of socialist, egalitarian government that would take care of the people. The Constitution is a fine document if you have a good lawyer to interpret it. If you walk in front of a judge and start throwing out Constitution shit, you're going to be laughed out of court. People don't know what the Constitution says. Next time you talk to MAGA, ask them what their 3 favorite amendments are and put them on the spot. Don't let them get into their phones. Ask them what their 3 favorite are. I guarantee the second and the first will come up because the First Amendment's the one everyone knows, the Second Amendment. But they don't know what the 3rd or 4th or 5th or 6th or 22nd or 19th Amendment, they have none of that. They have no idea. These are the same people who are Christians and religious. Donald Trump doesn't know he has never read the Bible. Donald Trump doesn't know, when he's asked about what his favorite Bible quotes are, he can't even say John 3:16. He can't even say, this reminds me of 2008 when Sarah Palin was asked by Katie Couric, what newspapers and magazines do you read? Oh, you betcha, I read them all, She couldn't even, I'm from Alaska. And at the time I was living in Alaska. She couldn't name the Anchorage Daily News, which is the only newspaper that's in Anchorage now. She couldn't mention the Wall Street Journal. She couldn't say Field and Stream. She couldn't name any newspapers because she doesn't read them. Because they don't read the news. They don't educate themselves. MAGA are lazy fucking people intellectually. They don't challenge anything that somebody interprets for them. The Constitution, I heard a MAGA person say the other day, you people out there, you liberals out there, you're starting to understand that we live in a constitutional, all that's bullshit. And he didn't even know what he was defending. He just likes the term Constitution. MAGA, I made a video called MAGA Are Flags. They're symbols. They're catchphrases. Make America great again. It's all a sales pitch. It's an advertising campaign. That's what MAGA is. It's one of the more successful ones in American history, no doubt. But it doesn't mean that because it was successful, that it's a good thing. I mean, we've seen, lots of companies who are successful who don't do the right things. And don't do good things, certainly. Don't do things that we would all agree in our society are positives for humanity. And Donald Trump, his followers are so backwards and so bereft of intellectual rigor or curiosity or honesty that they spout about the Constitution but have never read the goddamn thing. They let somebody else interpret it for them. If they listen to the right wing or they'll let those podcasters and people interpret it for them. The same as the Bible. These people are dumb. Donald Trump is dumb. He's just a little smarter than the dummies underneath him. And that's terrifying because it's about 75 million people in the United States. 78 million, whatever it was that voted for him. That's pretty fucking terrifying. Now, I know some of them just did it out of the financial. Most of them didn't do it just for financial. for finances because they just didn't. They did it because they wanted to see America white again. They wanted to see, they don't like diversity, and they're so wrapped up into cultural issues that they don't get into the nitty gritty of governing and what governance is and what actually small government means. I've said this before. How do you have a small government if you're going to have a government at all? But how do you have a small one with 330 million people and the population is growing? How do you have that? You can't have small government unless you have no government, because inevitably the government has to be the centralized force that can hold people and corporations and businesses accountable. A strong centralized government is the only chance capitalism has of surviving. It's it. But that's being whittled away because these people are very greedy and rapacious and venal and dumb. I hear people say Donald Trump is not dumb. He is dumb. He enjoys dumb things. He eats dumb food. He likes wrestling. He likes mixed martial arts. He likes watching two poor people beat the shit out of each other because they're poor. Do you think if they had money or any other options, they would be fighting each other? Do you think they would be willing? They're all from the streets. They're all from the barrios and neighborhoods and fucking hoods all over the country and world. We're not the only country that has this, by the way. But our MMA is even worse because it's ran by Dana fucking White, who is just the god-awful worst human being on the planet and loves, Dubai? He loves Dubai. Dubai's under Sharia law. They have Sharia law. They cut the hands off of people who steal. They publicly stone and hang homosexuals and other people and other groups. I've seen beheadings. We've all seen the beheadings. And that's who Dana White wants. Chapo Trap House, a leftist podcast, Dirtball leftist podcast, said something very smart about MAGA and right-wing men. They're basically fundamentalist Muslims, and they want Sharia law. They want women not to be able to drive, women to have to stay home and serve their men. They want strict laws against protesting and resisting of the government in any kind. They want a theocracy. They want Sharia it's a Muslim religion run country. They want America to be run by Christianity. They are the same thing. All fundamentalists are the same. And now these right-winger MAGA morons who are Christians, and they basically want, I've heard MAGA online, not just once or twice, but hundreds and hundreds of times. Fuck the Constitution. These are the same people who will tell you that you need to know the Constitution. But I'm so weak as a human being that I want a dictator. I'm so lame as a person that I need somebody to tell me how to live my dumb life. I need somebody to stand up for the white race. And they love the parts of the Bible that have God's wrath. They're big fans of God's wrath. They love the Old Testament. You know, the Old Testament God, who is the God of Christianity, who is the Christian God, how he condoned slavery for the Israelites. And he was fine with stoning women. And he was fine with and then, of course, Christians are perfectly okay with all of this because it's in the scripture. Their proof of what they believe in is not other documents or facts or science, but it's scripture. Jason, it says it in the scripture. And then they do that. They clap their hands, dust their hands off and walk away. That's ignorant. That is not something that you should be proud of. You should be ashamed of that. But they're not. Donald Trump is not ashamed of how dumb he looks. He doesn't care. He walks in, he goes back to whatever he's doing, and people kiss his ass, and he flies around in a private jet, and he has isolated himself other than when he does his dumb rallies, which a bunch of dumb motherfuckers show up at and applaud their 401ks being evaporated. They applaud that the economy was reduced by 3%. The largest economy in the world. We're trying to compete with China, and we're losing. Our economy is going backwards. It's retracting. Does that sound like, even if you're a MAGA hardcore believer, does that sound like progress or making America great again? It sounds like you elected a president who is a billionaire real estate magnate from a rich family who was a talk show host, was a reality show host, a relentless self-promoter, has never done anything good for any working class person ever, barely for the middle class. He has bankrupted, he said 40 businesses that have gone under, bankruptcy 5-6 times. Like, he is a cancer. He's a cancer on society. He's capitalism's baby. He is capitalism's absolute child. He is the child of American wealth capitalism. That's what he is. He's a Nepo baby who has no talent other than to promote himself. And now, he can't tell you anything about the Bible or the Constitution, the two bedrocks that MAGA is founded on. Do you think it's a bunch of atheists out there voting for Donald Trump? Or do you think it's evangelical Christians in the South and the Midwest who have absolutely no fucking clue about how the world works, or how an economy of scale works, or how tariffs work, or trade deficits? And they tell you, they constantly throw that, it's in the Constitution. There was a great painting, not great, it's great ironically. There's that guy, I don't know if you've seen him, he's MAGA, of course, and he's does portrait art, and he paints these pictures of George Washington and Jesus together, that kind of shit. Or when they're writing the Constitution, that Jesus is in the room. And Americans really believe, these Americans that believe it, they really believe that this is destined from God. That all of this is a plan. They're all Calvinists, right? When it's convenient, they're all Calvinists. Oh, this is just part of the plan. This is God's will. This is God's plan. No, it isn't. It's nobody's plan. It's a plan that gets propped up by wealthy people who think it's hilarious that you are still religious, that you still believe them. You elected a sexual abuser. You elected a person who was convicted of rape, sexual assault. They voted for a man who said, grab him by the pussy, who said, I bought the Miss Teen and underage girls, Miss American, Miss Teen American, and he would go while they were changing their clothes. He is a fucking vile person and isn't good for the economy. He just said a bunch of shit that he's an insult comic who got to where he is because MAGA is so fucking stupid, and half of them, let's be honest, 2/3 of this country is bone dead retarded. They are just absolutely unbelievably stupid. And the ones that voted for MAGA are proud that they're stupid. They're proud that they went out and let a con man con them. You shouldn't be proud that you gave money to the Nigerian prince on your email, so he'll send you $10 million. All he needs is a couple thousand to get it unlocked. I know people that were tricked into that. They were MAGA. I know a person, a family, older, MAGA, who they got scammed on an email. This is not made up. And they put money, cash, every week or month in an envelope and put it on their front porch and never question the person picking it up. I'm not exaggerating. I know that's a personal anecdote, and you take it for what and I'm sure you know the same. It's why these dumb motherfuckers get scammed by too good to be true shit. First of all, they're greedy. The person that I know that got tricked by the Nigerian prince, they're just flat greed. Like, they just think they're going to get rich quick. Nobody ever lost money underestimating the intelligence of the American people. This is MAGA. MAGA lives in a delusional fantasy world of intellectual non-curiosity, anti-intellectualism, and emotional immaturity. They live in a world of fiction. They don't live in the real world like the rest of us. They live in a fictionalized version of the world. And they don't care. They're not interested. They don't really mind. The only thing they're upset about is that he's not doing very well in the economy. They're not getting what they thought they were going to get financially. But all the other stuff's fine. It's great. Keep deporting people. Keep harassing people. Keep going after protesters. Keep doing all the shit you're doing. Keep the war in the Ukraine going. Keep the fucking Gaza Strip. Great. Genocide, awesome. They have no problem with any of it. Fuck you, MAGA. I hate you so fucking much. Thank you for listening.